one of the illusions of ego is thinking that there are people out there who know something, have some secret, and they can use that to dominate you. All I can say is when I contemplate that idea, it's like an object. I could almost take it out of my body, and it has a shape, it has a form, it has a structure, it has a narrative. And it's not who I am, it's an object within the awareness that I am. And then I become aware of it and it falls away because it doesn't have anything to do with reality. They're words that point toward reality, toward the realization of it. And that's really what a teaching is a stream of words, concepts, tools, techniques that point toward the realization of this stillness that is basically nonverbal. And it's really satisfying. My tendency is to sink into it and just not say anything. And that's not a good video. So I'm going to keep going. When I think about some influencer of any kind controlling my life, I start to feel anxious if I take it on. It's like trying on clothes at the store that don't fit. Someone says there's a secret cabal of elites controlling the universe. Controlling what? There's no control. There's no access to what I am through any conventional means that anyone could possibly figure out. It's like having a bank vault with a secret password that no one can know except you. And when I say you, I don't mean a concept about you. I mean your actual essence. It's very still, extremely happy. And yet, when we're in a body, we have all these body things we tend to, like the not dying part. That's pretty important. We call that survival. When I contemplate any of these conspiratorial ideas, such as their secret architects controlling me, it's just, I don't buy it. It's like the thought is slippery, like there's a secret magician that's controlling your mind. It's a simplistic thought and it's slippery. If there's a place to grab onto on that, I don't find it anymore. I don't see it. If it had a shape, there's one in the back that's like a vulnerability spot, kind of like in the Matrix where they have a place where they plug in the back of your head. It's a socket. And that socket is a belief. The belief is I exist independently and I as an object. The self, the ego, the person is a conceptual object, and that's your vulnerability spot. It consists of beliefs in duality. A duality being there's a self, and then there, by definition, others that are going to take advantage of you. If you're lucky, they'll be nice and they'll say nice things and have you in for lunch or tea or something, and it'll be fine. Except there's this vague discomfort that something's not right and that you could be taken advantage of. So you're a little bit scared, maybe a lot. And that's the pantomime that many of us live is this tense, I call it tension bubble. It's like, where's the enemy? Where am I going to get got? And if you watch the movie The Matrix, Neo has this really soulless job. It's really empty. It's really sad. Maybe he's making a decent living. We don't know. He lives in this crappy apartment. And all he can think about is this question, what is the matrix? He wants to know basically what reality is. He wants to know the secret behind all this suffering that he's experiencing. And for him, suffering is really more like boredom. The Buddhist term dukkha, which is usually translated as suffering, it certainly is that. It is suffering. More broadly, it's a sense of, is this all there is? It's boredom. It's ennui. The word ennui comes from the French word that means annoy. So ennui is like you're annoyed by your own existence. You want to dismantle this access point because it creates suffering and you want to wake up from it. What you wake up to is not a new ideology. It's not a new thought. It's not a new concept. It's not a new method to control something. It's not anything you can name. It's not a thought, feeling, or sensation. If it's a thought, feeling, or sensation, it's just another aspect of delusion that is not you. So you are reality. And when I say thought, feeling, and sensation is not you, what I mean is those things aren't real. They're just appearances. They're created by the mind, and they're not a problem unless we believe in them and we attach to them. And that creates this vulnerability for us. People feel exploited, and I get that. It's a thing. It's possible to be living in a situation where people manipulate you and lie to you and basically take advantage of you. What I'm saying is you can be free of that. This is what I would say about the freedom from that is the only lies you need to be aware of, the only ones that you need to look at are the ones you're telling yourself about who you are. That's the real hard truth to look at. It's actually a gift. It's really easy if you can accept it. This position of blaming others for your suffering means that your suffering will continue. So, on a relative level, are there billionaires who are making lives more difficult for a lot of people? Yeah. I mean, we can assume that's probably going on. It's just when I speak that and I give it any credence at all, I start to feel uncomfortable. It's like I'm constructing some kind of demonic influence that's just hanging out in this space around my head. If anyone's ever seen the King Crimson album, In the Court of the Crimson King, which has to do with deception and lies and the devil, the album cover is famous. It's just this picture of this devilish looking figure, but he's got this come hither look on his face. It's like that. It's like there's some secret Wizard of Oz character hurting my chances in life. It's purely a thought, it's purely a belief. Many people suffer from it, but you don't have to. The way to break out of it is to look at your own mind, look at your own thoughts, your own beliefs. Before I woke up, in the process of waking up, I did a lot of inquiry. The main question that I worked on was whatever thought or belief that I was holding, I would ask, is it true? Is it true? And the fact is, we really can't know anything with absolute certainty. So if I think something's true and I ask, can I absolutely know that it's true? I have to say, no, I can't know that. I might be having a dream. I might be what they call a brain in a vat, where someone's putting electrodes into a brain and just creating a hallucination. And that's all this is. It could be a simulation, a computer simulation. I'm not saying any of those things are true. I'm saying it raises the doubt that the nature of our lives as we assume them to be are true. They've been given to us and passed down by people that really didn't know. And all they had were belief systems, and then we inherit those belief systems. The whole point is to break free of it.